So here we are. I just wanted to open the doors of this online lesson because a lot of people are asking, and well, we hear a lot, especially during these times of quarantine. We hear a lot about online lessons, online piano lessons. Basically, the whole learning system reverted to its online form, and I just want to, you know, give you uh, open a window on my online studio. So we're here with my pupil Giorgio Agnes, and we are going to work on the first movement of Beethoven's second piano concerto. Now, I'm not completely sure. So basically, the effectiveness of the teaching is pretty good, I have to say. There's a few things that I'm missing. Obviously, I'm missing the human contact. I mean, the human element. Uh, I mean, certain technical things, for instance, you cannot really adjust the position, for instance, by touching the student, and shifting their movements and stuff like that. And the other thing is the sound. I mean, even if George is using very good microphones and the sound quality is pretty good, but it's never going to be the same as being there in person. And also, I'm actually doubting the effectiveness of the synchronization between us. So I think there's a few seconds lag. So I cannot really play the orchestra as he plays the concerto. Apart from that, you'll see that I think it's gonna be just a almost normal piano lesson. So let's begin. Shall we go? I mean, I can do the introduction for you, but then I cannot really do the orchestra. So, but I'll do the introduction because it's a little bit weird if you just start, the first sentence with, from the void. So I'll just a few bars before. All right, very good. Shall we stop here and start working on this bit? Very a lot of good things, I have to say. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of delay because you're always late. So, well, pity. We'll try to find a way to fix that as well. I think there's a general thing about the sound. I think, well, and it also, again, it pretty much also depends on the close miking of the keyboard. So I hear a lot of attack, you know. But I think that in general, the attack of your sound could be a little bit filtered in general, and save the very, very sharp attack for only a few spots here and there. I'm not completely sure, but I hear a lot of definition, you know, and especially when you do legatos, would be desirable, you know, just to have something a little bit smoother. So. And save the. So try to play with somehow flatter fingers when you do all the legatos, and really almost overlap the notes, you know, like we said many times, you know, really finger legato, so finger pedaling. So it's the combination of finger pedaling with a lot of micro-phrasing, microdynamics. So between each and every note, there's always a relationship of either a crescendo or a diminuendo between literally each and every note, okay? So. Strada. Wait, Fred, yeah, and carry on with it. So a lot of shaping, okay? Can you filter out the attack even more? I hear this. You have to mask it somehow. Now, you see, it's a question of the angle of attack. If your fingers are too bent, then this will happen, okay? What I'm proposing is an angle which is slightly, so it's this versus this, so slightly more, slightly flatter. So basically there's a bigger surface of your finger that makes contact with the keyboard, and then less action. Try that. Just as an experiment, let's play the 4 notes really glued together. Glued, okay? Yes, and that, you see that kind of very smooth, soft attack is what is really desirable, because you know the whole spirit here, which is, I mean, this is kind of early-ish Beethoven, but but the spirit basically remains for the whole of Beethoven's production, where you have contrasts of any kind. I mean, and there's a sense of humor. Now, the more you manage to really make a difference between everything, between staccatos and legatos, between parts that are extremely dramatic and parts that are very light-hearted, you know, the more you manage to do this contrast, the more you get into the spirit of Beethoven. Okay, so so you see that gets out of the context somehow, so that really makes a difference. So that's why the more we manage to really create an atmosphere of smoothness and of lyricism here, and the better it will be. For instance, when I do let's do again this. Much better. Now what you're doing is, now you're very careful, okay? So now you're trying to control everything. So if you set it free now, you think for the long line, you think for the big structure. So we have, goes from here to here, but actually it carries on, okay? And basically it's one long paragraph that goes from the beginning up to this. So just create a big wave of energy from the beginning up to there, okay? With the same microphrasing that you just did, which was beautiful, okay? Beautiful, very stylish, very nice, great. Now, last thing is, let's try to always respect the text and the composer. So let's be very, very precise with the rests in the left hand, okay? And actually, if you think about the way it's written, so why is it so? Why is there a scarcity of notes in the left hand at the beginning? Because it's actually very lightweight somehow. So if we hold this for too long, we sort of make it heavier. Okay, so even the attack of the left hand should be lightweight and should be very sort of you should be able to crescendo in one chord. Wah, wah, something like that, not ta. Okay. Last time, then we can carry on. Well done, very nice. Just a little subtlety. Use the left hand, use this, short interventions by the left hand to propel the right. So whenever you have, right away, so you gotta be almost impatient with the right, okay? Yeah, because that's what brings the phrase forward. No need to do that. Let's carry on and do from there. Right. Okay, Giorgio. Okay. That's where, again, both because of you and both because of the way we're doing this, but it feels a little bit clunky. Feels too chaka 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 cha, and I think it's mostly because of the way you do the left hand. It has to be obviously it has to be well defined, but also I would like you to build the the top. I mean the top voice. I mean the right hand according to what you do with the left hand. So we have. So remember that when he wrote this concerto, pianos were not as perfected as they are today. Okay, I mean they were beautiful instruments, but not as they were not the pianos we're playing today. So one of the ways they could do this would be with a little bit of finger pedaling on the first note of the left. Because obviously today you just put the pedal. Couldn't really do that. Okay, so I really want to hear a direction there. Okay. Versus that's what I heard before. Just give me much more music. You gotta be constantly making music with both hands, with every voice. Try the left. Just try the left for now. Show me again. Show me again the beginning. Sorry, do it again. Show me again. Yeah. If you can manage to reduce the movement of the thumb even more. What I mean by reducing the movement is instead of bringing it up completely, just play basically somewhere around here. So don't go up. So don't do the whole run of the key. So leave it half key. Yeah, it's still, the thumb is still a little bit too noisy. Still a little bit too noisy. You see, practically what we have here is one note, which is the bass, that makes something very interesting. And then we have the doorbell effect in the between the thumb and the second finger and the index finger. Okay, so that this is disrupting. Okay, the sort of takes the attention away from what is important. This is purely filling. Okay, what's really important is that makes the music, that's what makes the music alive. So we want to try as much as we can to remove this. Okay? Yeah. Giorgio, also shift the weight towards the fifth finger. So you don't play exactly like this, just, you know, twist the arm a little bit so the weight goes there automatically, okay? Yeah, good. Both hands now, same thing with the left, and then, you know, put the right on top of it. Good. I know. I'm glad we're recording, because, you know, you can hear in the recording the pre and the post. It's gonna convince you quite a lot. There's a lot of difference. The other thing is, think about the very beginning of the concerto, played by the orchestra in the first tutti. Okay, think about that. Think about how it sounds when it so. Quite martial. Phrase, shape, very bright, very, you know, sharp. Yeah. Just one little trick. Remember that the basically the way the pulsation goes is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's 4. So just bring out a little bit more the notes that fall on the on the beat. Okay, so I wouldn't do. I would. So it makes it a little bit lighter, not that. Very good. Started to sound very, very, very good. When you do it's one of these famous contrasts. So immediately a little bit more glued to the keyboard. So start, you know, overlapping the notes a little bit more. And then again, a little bit more separated. And then again, legatissimo. Okay, so it's this sort of flirt between the legato and the staccato that really gives this piece its character. Okay. Trumpet. Good, nice. Few details, staccatos here. And then suddenly there's no more staccatos. I don't know what's in your edition. Do we have are we together in this? So I see staccatos here, and then no staccato, not even legato, but there's nothing there. Okay, so do these little differences. This one, think it from as an upbeat, as a big upbeat of the following bar. So ta 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 ta, and then finally we can relax on the downbeat. Ta 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 ta. Sorry, Giorgio. What is it? I wouldn't do a ritenuto there. I would stop here, but until there, just go straight. Don't prepare this. No, because the sudden change is this. Okay, so go straight up to the end, build it up, and then and every time, so he does it 3 times. Okay, so 3 times. Every time is something different. Okay, 3 back. Relax. Nice, beautiful, great. Let's carry on. You're always distressed about the ornaments, are you? Try this. Pull the wrist back like this. Yeah. Let the natural way do its job when you do. And set a target. The target is the last note. Yes. Yes. Go. Now do it from the note, not from the trill. Yeah, from the root. You see, ornaments work when you don't think about them. If you start to think about them, you get stuck. You know, ornaments work when you have obviously the technique to do them, but you do have. We worked on that in the past also, but just ignore them. What you should think is you should sort of transcend the ornaments and think about the root note. So what I want to hear, what I want to build is this. Okay, that's what I want to hear. So dum da da dum da 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 da. Da 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 da. Giorgio, it's B C B A da 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 B C B A da 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 T da 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 da. You can indulge a little bit on this on the B if you want. Then then we will change it. But don't make this your primary task. No, the primary task is to sing this. So. Right, very beautiful. Just I just need a little bit more of lyrical intensity in the first half of this, and then I need you to play this second bit is much more frivolous. Okay, so imagine, I mean, it's like a love declaration, and then suddenly you start jumping around the room, So you're. A bit silly. And then, oh, I was being serious. Right? Good. Very good first half. Now, here, I really want to have a whisper, a legatissimo whisper. Okay, think about the sound of a string instrument. Ooh. So really reduce the action and give some line. So start from nothing. Left hand is glued. And this is, so because what you did were three notes exactly the same. Back to the silliness, okay? Right, a little bit more pedal. It's too much like a doorbell. An old mobile phone or old alarm. Yeah, sounds more like it. Now it can be more magical. I know you can do that. Just a very soft attack here. Just accompany the note down. Feel the key bed with your fingertip. Just the fingertip. The fingertip is the most sensitive part of the body. Should really sort of grab the key bed. So yes, very good. Remain in that zone. You created a beautiful zone. Remain there, stay there, be a home, okay? Only here you start to put your nose out. Go back. And here, cheeky. You go to the cheekiness there. But until there, stay at home. Remain at home. Protect the NHS. Giorgio, let's make a challenge. Let's try to make a challenge. And I want you to win this challenge by playing the softest attack you can. Which, with that, I don't mean that it has to be pianissimo or more than pianissimo. No, 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 no. I mean the actual quality of the attack of the sound. I don't want the sound to be, I don't want to hear the hammers striking the strings. You see, I'm sort of playing with, I remember, I don't know if I told you, I remember Marta, one of the few things that she remembers about, the few details that she actually remembers about the lessons she had with Scaramuzza when she was your age and younger than you, was that he said that basically the hand is like an octopus and the fingers are the tentacles, you know, with the little suction cups on top of the fingers, you know. So basically you have, so it's actually hard to get to get your finger away from the keys, okay, because they sort of stick down. That's what I want. An octopus playing the piano. Use the movement to do this. Use the movement of, use the flexibility of the wrist to do this. Yeah. Never give an accent on a descending note unless it's required. Okay, so we are creating something there. Good. Fantastic. Great, Giorgio. It's great. We just have to create something a little bit more less predictable when you do this. Now, if we do everything right on the beats, it's good. You're a very skilled pianist. You can play it very well, but it's not. It's too predictable. We know what it's going to be. You know, we start doing 2, 3, 4, 1, which sometimes is good, but I think it's not interesting enough to do it here. So what I would do is I would shape it in a way that it's not exactly going with the beat. So the beat, the core, the rhythmical core is there, but if we think it from the upbeat, so if we think, so the effect is, sorry. I'm exaggerating. I mean, it's not that much because this sort of makes it unstable. But don't do exactly. You see what I mean? The rhythmical core is there, but try to find some more interesting ways to shape the top voice. Does it make sense what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Let's try that slowly. Something like that. I mean, I'm just proposing. You can do whatever you want, but as long as there's some life, you know, something that is very creative inside. Otherwise, it sounds like and especially here, so it sounds like a Czerny etude played by, you know, an average pianist, and you're not that. Okay. It needs. We need to work on this. We need to find a creative way. I mean, this is a very subtle thing because I mean, it could work very well as you were playing it before. But the thing is, you're playing on your own here, and it's the big virtuosic, you know, climax of the exposition. So what I would do is really, I would surprise people by doing it. So basically what I do is I shape it like a singer would shape. Now the problem is we have to find a way to make this work together with, because this is obviously very rhythmical and very military in a way, you know. So what a way, it just occurs to me that one way could be we shape everything, but then this is always ta-ta. So whenever you have that, you can do a little bit of ta-tam, That's a very good, actually good way to go about this. So we basically get the best of both worlds. We get all the shaping and we get the synchronization between the two hands. Very good. Sounds good. Sounds great. Well done. Well done. Right now, unfortunately, I have to cut this short because I've got another lesson after this. But I hope. Thank you very much, Giorgio. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that everybody could see that you know, for as long as we cannot give in-person lessons, I mean, this is the way to go, unfortunately. But it could still be effective, and hopefully this helped everybody, you know, to see what really happens, you know, when in an online piano lesson, you know, at a certain level. So this is what I've been doing for you know, for the past month or so, and that's what I'm going to be doing today for the whole day. And bye bye, Giorgio.